Good morning, you beautiful people. So in today's video, I'm going to be running a hinge movement program. Basically, it's going to have a whole bunch of, it's almost like kettlebell swings, but the difference here is that I'm actually going to be using my kegs to do it. And ultimately I try to, on this channel, I'm going to be trying to teach you guys that it's always the simplest answer, and that we really don't need an overcomplicated program, especially as natural athletes. There doesn't really need to be a lot of hours spent in the gym in order to create adaptation and growth. So right now what we're looking at with this particular program is it's just probably going to be 3 movements. I might make it 4 movements, just depends on how the warm-up goes. And I'm hoping to kind of have this workout done in 25 minutes, give or take. My personal look upon fitness as a whole is that it should always be about force production. You should be always getting stronger and having the ability to push more weight safely, of course, with good form, and that you should be looking at your lifts in terms of push, pull, hinge, and carry, because ultimately those are like the fundamentals of everything that you do in a day-to-day life. And for people who may not be in trades, you really want to be push, pull, carrying, and hinging, because sitting at a desk all day is going to breed a whole bunch of muscular imbalances. Not saying that people who do all of those things don't have muscular imbalances, but you definitely will have far more. Anyway, I think that's enough of my rambling and jambling on the old camera here. What I'm going to do is set up my kegs, get myself ready to do a little workout. And once again, this is going to be a variant of a hinge, probably with a little bit of push and not so much any pulling. Once again, we'll see. Let's see what happens. So I just want to talk to you guys about how to pick up a stone safely. Basically, what you're going to notice here is that I stand right over top of the stone. This ensures that the stone is actually sitting in between my center of mass. This will just make picking up the stone and getting it to my lap a lot easier. From here, what you also notice, or maybe you can't really tell from this angle, is that my thoracic spine is rounded. And the reason why is because this is such a low position. There is going to be a general rounding of your thoracic spine. And the goal here is to actually brace with the Valsalva effect, keeping everything really, really tight. Of course, that being said, just keep in mind that you are lifting stones and that injury is always possible. Where you get into issues with stone lifting or any lifting in general is when the spine actually shifts angles during a pull. This is where all the force will actually go into where that weak link is present. So I really invite you to just do your own due diligence and find what works best for you, and obviously do this lift at your own risk. So now what we've got here is me doing what's called hip thrusts or swing throughs, and basically the goal with this one is to pretend that you've got a post through your hip and it's the only place you're allowed to bend. So you still want to keep a tall chest and neutral back, once again bracing with the core, making sure that everything is really tight. And then from here I end up going into oblique twists once I figure out where to put my hands. Now this is a really great workout, mainly because inside that keg is water, and as you'll see in a minute here, I'm going to be swinging all over the place. And it's a really difficult exercise to do because that water is sloshing around, which makes me have to constantly, kind of balance out with all that momentum. So I actually decided to implement a 4th exercise, and what you'll see here is I'm going to clean this keg up to my chest, and then from here what I'm going to be doing is an overhead press by driving my hips forward, flexing my core and arching my upper back, so then that way my head will stay out of the way, so I can keep this keg hopefully over middle of my foot or the center of my body. And really great workout once again, because this keg's filled with water too, and it's just sloshing around all over the place, meaning that I have to stabilize while it's moving around up there.